Alright guys, we're out here in Arizona today, and one of my main goals with this channel is to try to show people how to travel cheaply. It can get very expensive, but if you do it the right way, you can do it at a fraction of the cost that some people do. You don't need a big fancy RV or an expensive Sprinter van to get started traveling. I started with a minivan, and I gotta say, I've really been enjoying it. It's cheaper on gas, easier to find places to park, easier to find campsites, and overall it's just really convenient. I traded in a lot of comfort for freedom, but I gotta say it's really worth it. So if you're looking into getting into traveling, just consider the fact you don't need to spend a lot of money to get started. Let me show you how I got my van set up. We're gonna do a little tour, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright you guys, so this is my van. It's a 97 Plymouth Voyager. It's got a little over 200,000 miles. I just bought it used for $850. That is super cheap, especially for how well it's been running. It's not the prettiest, but I just consider that my free anti-theft device. A lot of people aren't going to look at this van and be like, that's the vehicle I want to break into. You know what I mean? So let's take a little look inside. First off here, I put on this perforated vinyl on the side windows. It gives me a little privacy while I'm sleeping at night. As you can probably see, I didn't do the most perfect job. There's a few little wrinkles here and there, but it's cheap, easy, gives you some privacy. I didn't want to put a bunch of window coverings on the inside because it's already a really small space, so I just didn't want it to feel too cramped. Let's go ahead and start on the back side here. So right in the back here we got our water. I keep a 6-gallon and a 3-gallon jug. Fill those up about once or twice a week, maybe about $2 to $3 to fill up the water. Sometimes you can find free water at state parks and other areas. Got a little hygiene bag right here. It's my shower bag where I keep most of my personal hygiene stuff. I've got some clothes. I keep most of my pants, shorts, and towels, some of the larger stuff in this bag right here. And then over here in these side drawers, we've got some other miscellaneous personal hygiene stuff, some face wash, mouthwash, extra deodorant, my glasses and contacts, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and move this bag out of the way here. And then down below in this middle drawer, I keep my t-shirts and my boxers. I keep them rolled up. That saves a lot of space. Could fit a lot in there. I've got at least 2 weeks worth of clothes. I keep my socks down here. We've got some long black socks, some short white socks, whatever the weather calls for. Plenty of clothes in a really small space. We got our laundry bag right up here. Some laundry pods, stuff like that. Okay, on to the important part here. Your bed. You're gonna be sleeping in your van. You want to be nice and cozy. What I did here was I basically took the same setup I had at home. It was a full-size bed. It had 2 cot style frames. So I took one of them, and then I took the full-size mattress, and it's an 8-inch memory foam mattress. I cut it down to about 27 inches wide, and it fits in here perfect. I got my 2 pillows, and then I've got my sheet. I've got a fleece blanket and my full-size comforter, and I stay warm. My first night out in the van, it got down to 34 degrees at night. I was real cozy in my bed. Getting up in the morning, not as much fun, but I slept real good. Now in here, in this bin right here, this is where I keep most of my, let's see. In this bin is where I keep most of my dishes, my cooking utensils, pots and pans, some dry food, crackers and bread, and some noodles, stuff like that. So a lot of my cooking stuff is in there. Down below here, I've got my Camelback right here. I've got a couple little bins here with some miscellaneous electronics, cords, stuff like that. I've got just a bag full of souvenirs for some family members. Right down here, I keep a little power jump starter. If you ever need to jump start your van, that's a good thing to have. Let's go around to the other side here and take a look. Alright, so right here in the entrance here, you see my 12-volt fridge. Keep lots of cold food and drinks in there. Everything stays nice and cold. Got some fruit cups, some butter and garlic, condiments, some cold beer and some Red Bulls, chocolate, all that good stuff. Right down here, that's my pee bottle. If you're a van lifer, if you know, you know. You don't want to get up in the middle of the night, freeze your butt off in the cold just to take a leak. Comes in real handy. Alright, so right under this storage bin right down here, I keep my laptop is in this bag here. All my camera gear, my drones, there's lots of extra storage down there. I've got storage underneath my bed here. Got some flip-flops, some hiking boots. There's even some fireworks over here. I don't know if you guys can see them. Over here we got some other cooking utensils, spices, some of my multivitamins and stuff like that. Keep right down underneath the bed in that bin there. In the front here, I keep my solar generator. It's a Blue Eddy AC50, 500 watt solar generator right down there. I've got some hand sanitizer, pocket knife, some change for the laundromat and stuff like that. Right up on the dash there, I got my mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. Comes in handy when you stream some movies or TV, or you need to upload a YouTube video. Now let's go over to the passenger side here. Let me show you what we got in here. So right down in the front there, I got some cleaning supplies, some Windex, extra oil for the van. You got to make sure you keep up on your maintenance. Got my Pepsi right there. Got this bin. I just keep some miscellaneous stuff, some rags for cleaning off my solar panel, some USB lights for photography and filming, a little book, sunscreen. And this right here is what I suggest all you guys get, is a good USB fan. This thing is really invaluable, man, and it lasts quite a while. The battery will last for hours. Works great. Then down below I got my extra propane bottles. I like how this bin is set up. I can slide it back and forth, get to either side. Then up on top we got our roof rack. I keep some tools, firewood. When I'm traveling, I stash my tent up there. Things like that, just things I don't use as much on a daily basis. Right here we got our solar panel. I talked a little bit about that in my last video. Definitely do your research on your solar before you go investing in something cheap like this that just doesn't really meet your needs. Anyways, the line just runs right into a window there, and then I plug it into my solar generator. Then I've got my fold-up table right here. Comes in nice and handy. My fold-up chair. Give you guys a good look at that. My fold-up chair, and then my 2-burner Coleman. It's nice to cook up some good meals every once in a while. And the table and the grill, when I'm traveling, I just fold them up. I slide them in right in between my bed and this bin right here, and they store up nice. Perfect little space to stash that stuff. And then my fold-up chair, I stash it right behind that bin there, also along with this here guitar that new friend I met gave me. I just stash that right behind this little bin back here. Perfect little spot for it. And then we've got the tent set up while we're at camp. I'll set up the tent. use that to store some extra stuff. Let's take a look inside. Oh. Alright, so right inside the tent here, we got some of our garbage stored over here, cardboard. Here's my emergency toilet. It's a 5-gallon bucket with pipe insulation on the top. We got some bags and toilet paper in there. Luckily I haven't had to use that thing too much. There's plenty of public restrooms around. Over here we got some dry food. There's a box of chips. We got a Red Bull. Here we got some breakfast bars, granola bars, canned chili, lots of canned food. We've got some fruit cups. Really love these things. Good to get some fresh fruit and it'll last a little bit longer. So that's my setup right now, you guys. It really doesn't take a whole lot to get started. I hope you guys learned a little bit from this. If you got any questions or comments or suggestions, make sure you leave them down below. And subscribe if you're into getting started traveling on a budget. I'm going to have lots more advice for you guys, and we're going to be learning together. So until next time, we'll see you guys on down the road.